Outside of the CV show, Ford have got a see it, try it, buy it experience where customers get to ride and drive with the new vehicles. We're going to go talk to David Petts, brand manager for the Transit, about the new vehicle. Hi David, the Transit van's undergone quite a change, hasn't it? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Very extensive change indeed. That's why it's classified as an all-new Transit model. I've talked about some of the attributes that some of the fleet customers actually want, and some of the key wins that this vehicle actually has. You've got all-round bumper protection there. You've got side wheel arch protection here. All the rubbing strips down the side are standard on all models, regardless of the van or chassis cab. And down here, one of the benefits of being a global program is you've got this stone guard protector. You put that lot together, and basically got 12-year anti-perforation warranty. So that means that the residual values of this vehicle in time for fleets will be very strong indeed. If I open up here the side load door, it's 1300 millimetres. It's much wider than the outgoing Transit as well. Into this rather cavernous low box area, and this is about 10 to 11% bigger right across the range than the outgoing model. So whether it's be medium wheelbase, long or jumbo, they all equate to about 10-11% big in terms of cube. This model is a Trend series. It's got the standard load liner, which some of the fleet customers want, and the ply lining on the side.
And it's quite attractive looking from behind as well, isn't it? So you tell us a little bit about the design.
It's also very practical as well. The first thing, obviously, these tail lights, they're set high and they're set back, so they're away from typical sort of crash areas, so that reduces the operator costs for fleet companies. You've then got the bumper here, which is the three-piece bumper. Again, it reduces the accident repair costs. They can replace individual sections of the bumper. You've also noticed it's got a large step here, and that reduces the step-in height to the rear Transit by about just over 200 millimetres. So ingress and egress into the back is much easier for operators doing multi-load drops. The last thing why it's not on here is if there's a tow bar here, if it's connected up as a factory-fit tow bar, you get the anti-trailer sway, which is a really good safety feature for carrying big, heavy trailers in the back of the Transits. That's a new feature for this model.
And this has also got a new Stage 5 engine, hasn't it, which I understand has quite a lot of variations.
It does indeed. It has 8 different powertrains. You've got 3 front-wheel drive, 3-wheel drive, and 2 Euro 6. And Euro 6 is a legal requirement now in M2 bus. That's why we've got it in there. But the benefit of having that is that operators can choose Euro 6 on the van or the chassis cab if they so want to. We've got to talk about the front end here, if I can. It's got a very bold and distinctive front end. That's not obviously new for the Transit. You've got excellent bumper protection around here, the one-piece bumper that's easy to replace. As I said on the rear, really, the same with the headlights at the front. They're set high up, set back, away from the typical crash protection. So in terms of reducing the cost to fleet operators. Just a couple more points on the powertrain. We've got the class leading in terms of torque right across the range, and also versus the outgoing Transit, the fuel economy is about 6 to 7% better than the outgoing model. We've got an expanded range of ecokinetics where the CO2 starts from 169 grams, which is class leading. And we've got a really useful device that's new in this Transit called acceleration control. So that reduces the real-world fuel economy by about 10 to 15%. It really takes that right foot control away from the driver. So that's really a real new piece of technology.
Speaking of the driver, should we take a look inside?
Okay, one of the new features for the new Transit is the fact we've got rake and reach steering wheel now as standard. Allows for a much more comfortable driving position, and that in combination with the driver's seat, which will go down further and back further than beforehand. So overall, between the two, you've got much more greater ability to find a much more comfortable driving position. Also new under this storage container here, you've got 12-volt power socket. And you can charge your phone there and then utilise the vehicle's standard Bluetooth technology to be able to safely drive the vehicle, and the phone is also out of sight, out of mind. On the Trend series you have the sync system here, and what that allows you to do is to link your phone directly to the audio system. You've got phone controls on the steering wheel here, and it also allows you to be able to read text that come through.
And here's one of the customers of the new Transit, Philip Constable, General Manager for TfL. Philip, you've just had a drive in the new Transit. What did you make of it?
Yeah, I've got to say it's a very easy drive, and you can see the changes that Ford have made for a much improved Transit.
And you're an existing customer of the Transit. You've had them for a number of years, and I understand you've got some more of these on order. Why was that?
Well, because it does exactly what it says on the tin. We've been a customer of Ford for many years. We have several hundred vehicles with Ford at the moment, and the Transit's just been, for year after year, it's been a fantastic vehicle. And I say with the modifications they've made with this one, it's even better. You're sitting in the vehicle, you're driving it, the vision is superb. You know, there's a greater area of glass, and it's an excellent vehicle.
Any particular aspects like the fuel economy has gone up on this? So is that a key area for you?
Well, to me, I mean, we always look at 2 or 3 items with Ford, and they always tick all the boxes you'd want. Because if you think what we use the vehicles for, we use them for transporting people, for transporting materials, and for transporting equipment, and they do all of those. And so it's a complete all-round vehicle.
London's obviously a very tight space to operate in. How does the big Transit compare to smaller products?
It's a challenge, but London's a challenge, and it doesn't matter what size you've got. It is always a challenge to drive in London, and I think ultimately the drivers like them, and that's what's really important to us. You know, it's got to be, people have got to feel comfortable. They've got to be able to do the job, and this is what this does.